Okay, Chava, I know I'm sure you all know that after we finish learning, we have a wedding, chasna, and everybody is not only invited. You know, something, you go to a wedding and the wedding will be without you, but here the wedding will not be without us, so you have to stay. Okay, Mazel Tov, Good Shabbos, Good Yom Tov. You know, I completely forgot that I have not seen since we came back from Russia. And I'm sure Mimi told you everything, but how can you ever tell everything? Okay, I want to make it fast. First thing is, Vayeira Elef Hashem. Closer? Oh, good. Brother Nosson could never do without you, brother. You're the highest. Okay, Vayeira Elef Hashem, God revealed himself to Avraham. And everybody's asking. He didn't say anything. Always when God reveals himself to Avraham, he says something. He didn't say anything. And also, why didn't always it says God reveals himself to Avraham? What else? And also everybody's asking. So here the three pagans came, the three angels. Can someone fix the mic or something?
Yeah. Maybe you don't have to turn it down.
Maybe it shouldn't be that close.
Be close, but just turn off the blues.
Okay, good.
You get on here, right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Mamish? Yeah? Oh, can you hear me now? Outside a little bit? Good. No, I think you turned it down too much. Okay, anyway. Also, everybody's asking, it says, Rabbi Yisham came to cure Avraham, so why didn't he need another angel to cure Avraham? Rabbi Yisham cured him already. And then another thing is, Avraham was praying for Sodom. And everybody knows this is the first prayer. I'm sure you remember from all those years. Rabbi Tzedek Cohen says that everybody knows because of this prayer, the Rebbe Shem God saved Lot, and because of Lot, our Holy Mother Ruth was born, and Mashiach is coming. That means the first prayer is Mamash bringing Mashiach. Okay, the last Parsha, last Shabbos says, God says to Avraham Avinu, sacrifice your only son. And then it says, Vayara Samoka Merochak, so the place. And then it says, Shvulachem Imachamoya. He says to Yishmael and Eliezer, you stay here with the donkey, Vanivana and so why didn't he take the donkey? Okay, Eliezer and Yishmael didn't want to take, but why couldn't he take the donkey? The donkey is not disturbing. And then this Shabbos says, our Holy Mother saw Mamish dies 1 second before he was nearly killed. Mary says, Atshelo Nishchat. And Avraham Avinu buys a grave, and then Eliezer looks for a wife for Yitzchak, And everybody knows that the old Torah, the old Kasha from the Heilige Ishbitzer, why did he make himself a sign that the girl, I will ask her for a glass of water, and she would say, I'll give even water to your camels? He should have said, I'm sitting there, and a girl, a little holy Hippolyte girl who offers me some water. Would have been so much more beautiful. Okay, let's start over again. And I, Mamish, need you, Mamish, to give me energy, Chalan. You know, the deepest depths of your life is not all the things you mamish know. The deepest depths of life is all those things you don't know. And yet, Gewalt, you know them so deep, you know them so deep. You know, if the deepest knowledge in the world would be knowing, then the Rebbe would make sure that we know him. Why is God is mamish? We don't know him, right? Less machshava tfisa beklal, we cannot understand God. In Gewalt do we know there's God. Gewalt do we know that there's one God. But it's a different kind of knowledge. And everything holy, everything beautiful in the world, you never know it mamish like 1 and 1 is 2. You don't know it clear. What's Torah Shebiksav all about? Torah Shebiksav is mamish, it's written black and white. Torah Shebapeh is like, why was God teaching Moshe Rabbeinu Torah Shebapeh at night when it's dark? Because it's a different kind of knowledge. You know, why is it that people are closer to each other at night? Because the closest is not knowing everything about you. The closest is not when I know exactly the shape of your nose. The deepest knowing each other is the mamish not knowing. And Gewalt don't know you. Gewalt don't know you. Okay, everybody understands that this deepest depths of knowing does not come from the tree of knowledge. The tree of knowledge is mamish clear, this is good, this is bad. This is kosher salami, this is not kosher salami. Why is it that today so many young people are looking for something in Yiddishkeit and they're not happy if you just tell them this is kosher salami, this is not? What else is there? This is kosher salami, this is not. And not chas v'sholem, that's not important. But you know what it is? We are living in a world where we're slowly getting out of the tree of knowledge, we're closer to the fixing. So what the world is looking now is for the tree of life. Tree of life is something else. Sure, the tree of life also knows this is kosher. The tree of knowledge is not stupid. I know this is right and this is wrong. Different kind of knowledge. Deeper steps. I want you to know there's 2 kinds of prayers. Because basically I'll ask you the deepest question in the world. Isn't the first prayer in the world that Odom Rishon prayed for rain? Everybody knows. The Gemara says that all the vegetables, everything in the earth was waiting and it didn't come out. Avraham on Odom Rishon prayed and it came out. But there are also 2 kinds of prayers. There's a prayer that I need $100. I need grass, I need flowers, I need vegetables, I need beans on my chon. This is not a Mashiach prayer. Mashiach prayer is mamish, have no idea what I'm saying. Do you think it was clear to Avraham Avinu about Sodom? It was absolutely unclear to him. But everybody knows, mamish, Avraham Avinu saw a light of Mashiach burning in Sodom. What's Mashiach doing in Sodom? Have no idea. But they got to save Sodom. You know, sometimes you meet a Sodom person, they're rotten to the core. And yet you feel something behind all this. So special. So deep. I want you to know this is so deep and this is mamish nishbet Torah, and as much as I don't understand 100%, but just a little bit. Avraham zoken ba bayomim, so the Medrash says, if someone was riding on a donkey, can he continue to pray or has to get off the donkey? So the Medrash says he has to get off the donkey to pray. What does it have to do with Avraham Avinu? And then the Medrash says nobody ever prayed to God like Avraham when he prayed for Sodom. So this is the deepest Ishbitz Torah. Okay, Chavi, give me your attention, please. And I don't understand it 100%, just a little bit. The Ishbitz says, Yisoras has Chamoy Gom, and Mamish Chamoy is always everything physical, down to earth, the finite. By Yisoras Chamoy Gom, Mamish Shroicha Vala Chamoy, he is on top of the donkey. That means he is the master of the world. He is the master of everything in this world. Well, this is not enough for davening. I would say, I'm so holy, I have everything physical, my physical part I have under control. It's not enough for davening. The Gemara says, can you pray while you're riding on a donkey? Or you have to get off even from that. It's deeper than this. You think a holy person is somebody, like the Rishna says, someone came to the Rishna and he says, Rebbe, I'm fasting from Shabbos to Shabbos, I think it's time to become a Rebbe. So he showed him a horse they had eaten in 3 days. He says, this horse should also be a Rebbe, it hasn't eaten in 3 days. It takes more than fasting, it takes more than just, the Yen sagt, nicht fressen the Kubit Shabbos, it takes more than that, right? You know what it is? I want you to know something, this is the deepest step. When I know what I want, I can even ask my enemy. I don't have to be that close. But imagine, I really don't know what I want. I can only ask somebody I'm so close to. About my close. I don't know myself. I want you to know children, when they're crying, what do they want? They don't know. They just know, Mama, I'm crying. They're crying. And sadly enough, the most stupid thing I've ever heard, Baruch Hashem, I think I never did it, parents asking children, what do you want? What do you want? What a stupid question. What a stupid question. Think children at night when they wake up and they cry, they know what they want? They don't know. Oh, this is the prayer of Sodom. So when the Rabbi Shai wanted to see if Avraham Avinu is ready for Yitzchak, he wants to see, are you the master of prayers? When you don't know what you want, you just know you have to pray. I just don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I just know I have to pray. I just know I have to cry. I want you to know the deeper steps. The beginning of the Parsha is Vayeira Elav Hashem Avraham Avinu had the highest God revelation. And I want you to know here, this is so deep. Also, God didn't say anything, because the highest thing is not Torah Shebiksav, that God says to him something. Because if you remember, the Rebbe made the covenant with Yidden not because of Torah Shebiksav. The covenant with Yidden is Torah Shebapeh. So until Avraham Avinu was a Yid, God told him exactly what to do. Do this, do this. After he entered the covenant, it's beginning Torah Shebapeh. I don't know. You know something? When is the beginning of Torah Shebapeh? Avraham Avinu running. It doesn't say anywhere in the Torah how you have to greet guests. Okay, you should invite guests. It doesn't say you have to slaughter 3 oxen. Can you imagine what kind of a Torah Shebapeh Avraham Avinu put down? Unbelievable, right? And so deep. Anyway, I want to share with you the deepest steps. The beginning of the Parsha is Vayeira Elav Hashem. He had the highest, also not knowing, but mamish knowing God revelation. Deep, deep in his heart, God revealed himself what God is all about. And the Zohar Kodesh says, not, why didn't God say anything to him? Because mamish God revealed to him the deepest depths, what it is, mamish, to believe in God, what it is to be a Yid, what the Torah is all about. And that deepest depths beyond words was revealed to him. Kvar was it, mamish kvar, right? But you know, friends, if I know I can make $1 million, I'm running out to get it, right? Until he entered the covenant with God, I'm sure Avraham Avinu greeted all the guests. But after God revealed to him what he is doing when he greets a stranger, he couldn't rest a second. Where are my guests? Listen, if I can make $1 million and it's a hot day, I still go out to do my business. So the beginning of the Parsha is God is revealing to him, again, beyond knowing, deeper than knowing, mamish, on the level of Torah Shabbat, the deepest depths. I want you to know something. Why is a Jew circumcised when it's 8 days old? Because obviously from Yitzchak on, something else begins. It's deeper than knowing. And here I want to share with you something awesome. How do children know that this is their parents? Let me ask if you learned it about 1,000 times. Imagine if children would not know who their parents are until they're 20, until they study a little bit biology, read a few books, and on what makes a good marriage, and then the door opens and someone says, meet your producers, Mr. Moshe and Sister Hanale, right? How much will they love their parents? Nothing. Thank you so much. Nice of you. Are you happy together? Yeah. You don't look it, but anyway. How do children know this is their parents? It's the deepest knowledge. It is the deepest knowledge in the world. And all we can pray is even after children know how children are born, it should not destroy this deepest kinds of knowledge, right? You know, I can know God also, like I studied biology. I can know God from Mount Sinai. This is very deep. Avraham Avinu knows God even deeper. Viera Elav Hashem. Why is Avraham Avinu called father? You know what they give us over? God knowledge on the level of parents and children.
Just unplug it behind you. The chair. Thank you.
Good. God knowledge on the level of father and children. You see, Moshe Rabbeinu is giving us over Mamaram Yisim Moshem Yom Dati Eschem. Moshe Rabbeinu is the master of Mamish God knowledge in the deepest way, but it's knowledge on the level of knowledge. But then something even deeper, right? The knowledge of Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Yaakov. You have to go already? Oh, good. Have a brother Yosef us to go out. And here I want you to know something very deep. If I talk about good and bad, it's for everyone. If it's not kosher, it's not kosher for anyone. If it's kosher for everyone. Here it says, Vayeira Elav Hashem. Just for Avraham. You know what the essence of Yiddishkeit is? The essence of Yiddishkeit is, it is clear to me Because even Mount Sinai is God talking to every Jew. What's Avraham Avinu all about? What's Torah Shabbat Peh, which is before Torah Shabbat? Mamash Rabbi was just talking to me. What did he tell you? I have no idea. But it's so deep, it's so deep. But here I want you to know, when did Avraham Avinu reach the deepest God knowledge of Mamish not knowing at all? Mamish not knowing. This is by the Akedah. Mamish, he didn't know what God wants of me. Don't have the faintest idea. And it's not just not knowing. My knowledge tells me that everything is wrong. You know that sometimes I don't know, but there's nothing against it. Akedah Yitzchak said everything in the world, not only everything in the world is against it, even God is against it. Everything what I know of God is against me killing my son. And I'm still ready to do it. What level did Avraham Avinu reach then? Deepest. Gewalt, he reaches out. What a level Avraham Avinu reached. And you remember, Avraham Avinu asked God, don't ever test me again. Let this be the last test. And the Ishmael has the deepest Torah. Whenever God is testing you, he takes away everything you know before. Mamish, there's nothing left. Avraham Avinu says, don't ever take this away from me. I cannot live without this. Without this deepest depths of God knowledge, when I know that everything is against it, I need it every second. Friends, let me ask you, how did we make it, Mamish, in 2,000 years Golas? How did we make it, Mamish, the Rebbe Shem burns down the Beis HaMikdash, we're driven out, and how come we're running back to Yerushalayim all the time? You know, if God says to you, let me ask you, Moshe Rabbeinu, God says to him, I don't want you to go to Eretz Yisrael. It's all from the Akedah. I want you to have Avraham Avinu, it says, Vayara Samoka Merocha. Mamish saw Yerushalayim from afar. You know what he gave us, Koyach? That even when you know, Mamish, even so to speak, even God puts you far away. You cannot take your eyes off from Yerushalayim. And here I want to share with you something very, very deep. I'll make it very fast. All the Mephoshim say the deepest depth. You know there's time and there's space. The Parsha begins, Vayeira Yisora, a Holy Mother Sarah fixed time. And then when she was buried, or Machpelah, it says, Vayokam Asodit, Tekuma Isolai. You know, Eretz Yisrael was pretty holy before Sarah was buried there. After our Holy Mother Sarah was buried, it was even holier. It was even holier. So what did our Holy Mother Sarah do? She fixed space. And here I want you to know something, the deepest depth. I want you to know something so deep. Everybody knows that our Holy Mother saw Mamish was an Neshama of Chava, and she fixed the tree of knowledge. You know what dying is? Two things. It's dying in time and dying in space. You know what dying in time is? We should all live long. Dying in time is a person lives 150 years and then they die. Dying in space is the Churban Beis HaMikdash. Dying in space is it was so holy and stops being holy. What did our Holy Mother say? What did she pray down? What did she pray down? And I want you to know something so deep. Avraham Avinu, when, and Mamash, I want you to know something, we are learning a lot of times with lessons even deeper. What does Avraham Avinu inviting guests have to do with God? But the answer is very simple. Is there a greater stranger in the world than God? Is there a bigger Eirach in the world than God? The way the world is, God has no place in the world. God has no place in the world. What did Avraham, especially in the pagan world, in our world? So Avraham Avinu invited guests. And what did Avraham Avinu do? The way you invite God, not, okay, God, I'll make a little space for you, you can stay in my domestic helper's not here today, you can sleep there, or you can eat in the kitchen. I'll come Yom Kippur to Shul and once a year send money to Israel. This is not. Avraham Avinu made a stranger a balbos on him, right? Avraham Avinu says, my master, but it's still a guest. When did Avraham Avinu, but it's not Bikvias, right? The guest leaves. When did Avraham Avinu mamish make a place for God? Forever and ever. V'yaras amokam aroch. You know what's so special about Yerushalayim? Yerushalayim can never die. Yerushalayim cannot die. It's mamish b'kfiyas. The most fixing of dying in the world, the most fixing of dying in the world is the Beis HaMikdash, that Yerushalayim cannot die. Beis HaMikdash cannot die. And here I want you to know something. The first time we find Avraham Avinu, after he prayed for Sodom, it says, V'Avraham shav limkar. What is the beginning of finding a place for God? The beginning of finding a place for God is this davening. I don't know, Mamish. I don't know anything but Mamish God and pouring out my heart to you. I don't even know what I want. I don't even know I have the right to ask for Noicha or for Ve'ev. So here I want you to know. Avraham Avinu fixed a place for God, the Beis HaMikdash. It should never die. And you know what our mother Sarah did? Our holy mother Sarah fixed a place for every Yid. That even if a Yid is dead, he still has a place in the world. That the most dead Jew in the world has a place in the world. What's a grave? Sad enough, a grave is forever, right? You're not a guest in the grave. You should never have to be there. I have to tell you, to make it easy, there's a Gewalt story of the Malbim, the Heilige Malbim, which is a Gewalt, deepest depths. And the Malbim was the rabbi in Bucharest, so a big millionaire died, so they asked the Malbim, how much should we ask for the grave? Malbim says, Mamish Schlepper, Napikayos, and Eiswurf, he never gave money for the poor, he should pay a million, whatever the money is. The same week, Moshe the water carrier died. The Malbim says, let's ask him 10 kronen, $10. So the children of this rich man came to the Malbim, they complained, what's going on there? So the Malbim said, I'll tell you something. The Mashiach is coming, everybody come out of their grave. How long do you think the water carrier will be in this grave? He's just like in a hotel for a little while. It's 10 rubles. But your father will never get out of his grave. He won't get up Trias Amazim, so forever. It's 1 million rubles, What did our Holy Mother so bring about? Everybody knows why is Trias Amazim in Eretz Yisrael. Trias Amazim is because our Holy Mother saw it. And why is Sarah the one? Because Sarah's fixing the dying of Chava. Chava brought about death into the world. Or what's Sarah bringing about? Trias Amazim. That you come out. It's not true. It is not true. Even if you die, you come out of it. How did she do it? I want you to know something also so strange, right? I want you to know the first time we find Avraham Avinu when he invites guests, is it really important where he gets the bread, if he gets it from Mealmart, he gets it from a restaurant, if he gets it of Holy Mother Sarah? I mean, the Torah is every word, right? Every letter. It says he ran into Sor, it says Mari, make it fast. I mean, I like the family life of Father Abraham. He seemed to be very close to his wife Sarah, and I think very beautiful marriage. I mean, what's going on there, right? Does it matter if he says to Sor bake the cake, or he said to somebody else bake the cake? You know what's going on there? Shalom Aleichem. אני רואה אותך, כן? שיהיה לך רק טוב. You know, friends, if I can just open your hearts a little bit. I want you to know the deepest steps. Avraham Avinu, until he prayed for Sodom, he was not on the level yet. Friends, I want you to open your hearts so deep. How do you know how much you love a person? How much? You know, I can be invited by somebody, and I know every second that I have to leave in 2 minutes. Or somebody can invite me, and while I'm sitting there, it feels like it's my house. At least this minute is forever. Avraham Avinu was, after he entered the covenant with God, he was on the level of inviting people, right? But Mamish, to make them at this moment feel forever, only so can do this. You know, I want you to know something. What's the difference between a tent and a house? In a tent, it's a little bit forever. It's not mamish forever, but a little bit forever. On the street, it's for the moment. Here, suddenly, the angels, the 3 pagans, are tasting the bread. They say, Ayisor, it's not your level. We can taste. It's from Sor, right? So he says, Hina ba'ayah. You know what? Sor has reached the level that for the moment, it's forever. It's her bread. But then, by the Akkadiv and Sor Avraham Avinu is making a place for God. Mamish Sor died at this moment. Mamish to fix the real dying. I want you to know, you know what she fixed? And I want you to know the deepest steps. The truth is, everybody knows, Ishbita says, until the angel said to Avraham Avinu, I only wanted you to put him on the altar, the real pshat of the words was really Takaslote. Who changed it up there? Holy Mother Sor. Because you know something? When Yitzhak was lying on the altar, his mamish wanted to die. He was ready to die forever. So our Holy Mother Sor went up there and she fixed the whole thing of dying. Do you know what the deepest steps is? That life is forever and dying is for a second. So Yitzhak, while he was lying on the altar, this very second, he was Mekayim already dying for a second, because dying is not forever. If dying would be forever, then he has mamish to die, right? You know, friends, how many people never die 100 times a day, right? Just dying. And I want you to know, if this dying is only for a second and not for long, this is our Holy Mother Sor. So our Holy Mother Sor, Ema Bonim Smecha, I want you to know our Holy Mother Sor, she's concerned, Mamish. Our Holy Mother Sor is concerned with her children. She's making a place for her children. I want you to know something so deep. Obviously, Avraham Avinu's thing was God, making people aware there's God, making a place for God. Sor is making a place for Yid. Why didn't Avraham Avinu throughout Yishmael? Because he was concerned with God. And as long as there's hope for Yishmael, let's keep him there. Sarah is children. Kula Yirish Ben Amordose mit dem Yitzchak. You're endangering Yitzchak. Sarah's whole thing is her children. Making a place for Yidden. So, I want you to notice this. Avraham Avinu, it says, when he came with the donkey, he says, Shvulachem po'em achamaya. You know what Akedas Yitzchak is? You think Akedas Yitzchak is enough? If a person is a tzaddik and he has no, this was completely out of this world, it's enough? He's Reichav al-Achamaya, and here I want you to know. Mashiach is Reichav al-Achamaya, right? He's riding on the donkey. But what's he doing when he comes? He gets off the donkey. This is the deepest depth. Yerushalayim is not riding on a donkey. Yerushalayim is getting off the donkey. Even deeper than all this. So much deeper. Here, I want you to know something. And this is so deep.